Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday night. Forgive me for being on here a few minutes late. I lead Bible study on Wednesday night at church with some other ladies, and it went just a few minutes long tonight, so please forgive me. Okay, but my name is Kim Dahnke. I am the Shibboleth new member, fast track instructor, and I am so glad to be here with you tonight. Tonight, we're going to be going over our grocery list and how to use that if you choose to, and the recipe library, which is a favorite resource and tool of many of our members. If you are on Facebook, please take a second to say hello. Let me know that you are there and hit that share button for me. That share button is in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, and that share for you is free and it helps us immensely. So please hit that share button and let us know, let other people know what they could find as one of the resources and tools by having a membership to the Shibboleth Lifestyle Ministry. It is a ministry. I do this as a ministry because I want other people to know how to take care of the one body that God gives us to live in while we're here on this earth. So if you are on Facebook, hello. Anytime you see me look to the like that, I'm looking at my Facebook screen. If you are in the Zoom room, hello. Please take a second to set your chat to everyone and then say hello. Hey, Sue, glad you're here. And Deb and Lee from Louisiana. Hey, Mandy, glad you're back. Mandy, I can't remember what it was today, but I thought about you today. Hey, Patty. Hey, Emily. Okay, I'm so glad that y'all are here. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and get started tonight so that I can introduce you to the awesome recipe library. Okay. If you do not have a Shibboleth membership, please know that, hey, Patty on Facebook, please know that your first class with Shibboleth is always free, always free. But after that, we would like for you to get a membership, okay? It helps us fund this little ministry, which, you know, even ministries require funds. So in a membership right now is only $69, actually 65, I think, $65 for a lifetime membership. So go to shibbolethdeals.com to get that. Hey, Melissa, glad you're here. Okay, so tonight we are going to create a grocery list in the Resources, Foods, and Recipes tab. So when you are no longer working through Fast Track, which is just your beginning curriculum to be done in an organized, methodical way, when you are no longer in Fast Track and you want to access the grocery list, let's see. Thank you for sharing, Patty. Let's see who else is on here. Oh, my comments are showing up. Hey, Rhonda. Yay, Rhonda is down 9 pounds. So exciting. That's awesome. And let's see, Diane, pray for me. I've had a toothache, went to the dentist today and need a root canal and cap. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, Diane. Yes, I will be praying for you. Sorry about that. That is no fun. Patty Bass went to the dentist yesterday too. Y'all are having some dental things going on. But when you are no longer in Fast Track, this green button right here is going to be Resources, Foods, and Recipes. That's where you're going to find a lot of these cool things that I'm showing you. So this is where you're going to find the grocery lists in the future. In fact, I'm going to access it right there. Because here I am, and look at all the things. There's the food library, the recipe library, and so forth. But you come right down here to my grocery lists. And all you do is you click this button right here that says add grocery list. And you can see some of my previous grocery lists here. They're always there unless you delete them. If it's a favorite store and you have things in there that you are always purchasing, or you just want to add to it, you could just go in and update it. That's fine too. But let's go ahead and click this green button that says add grocery list. Then you just pick the date that you want your grocery list to be for, and then you can just pick your store. So I'm going to pick Ingles, put that in there, and you can see that it just created an Ingles grocery list right there. Okay, so what we're going to do now is go back to Fast Track, and lap 4, we just did that first task. That took all of about 5 seconds, okay? Done. So the first task in this lap is just to create a grocery list. Okay. The reason that I have that as the first task is because you can't add food items to a grocery list if there's no grocery list created to add foods to. So you've got to create the grocery list first. So the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to have a peek at the food library again. And I want the first 3 food items that I see, whether on Zoom or on Facebook, I'm going to take those 3, look them up, and we're going to add them to a grocery list. But for practice, you guys can pick any food item from the food library and add it to one of your grocery lists. Adding a food item to a grocery list can be done from 2 places. It's in the food listing, the line item listing, or once you open up the food item, it is the green button that looks like a list. Okay, so thank you for sharing, Diane. All right, Mighty Muffin and peanut butter. Okay, I got 2 and I've got cabbage. Those are the 3 I'm doing. Mighty Muffin, peanut butter, and cabbage. Okay, so I'm going to click here. This is going to take us to the food library. And because I don't need to know what category these things are in, although I do know what peanut butter is in. Peanut butter is category 6, but I'm just searching for it. Okay, I'm just going to search for it. Now, what it's going to do is going to generate a list. And this list is going to have anything that's been tagged with the keyword peanut butter or has peanut butter in the name. It brought up 121 results. So it depends on what kind of peanut butter Janet wants. But the thing is, if you want me to tell you the top 3 peanut butters that we suggest, grab your pen, because the top 3 that we suggest are better than peanut butter, which is right here. Okay. And it's a -1 on the weight loss meter. You're not going to get much lower than that on a peanut butter. Okay. But it's a -1. And if you want to add that to the grocery list, you click there and then you click your list and you click add, and it's magically added to the grocery list. Okay. So better than peanut butter is the #1 peanut butter. And then I'm going to look down here and see if I can find what our #2 peanut butter is. But honestly, any peanut butter that does not have hydrogenated vegetable oil that's on the natural side, good to go for peanut butter. But the reason these other ones are better is some of them have had some of the fat pulled out and more protein put in and different things like that. So it has to do with the way that it is manufactured. Nuts and More, I'm not looking for the powdered peanut butter. I'm looking for regular Nuts and More. Regular Nuts and More is the second one. And then the third one is Peanut Butter and Company. There we go. Look at all these. We got dark chocolate dreams, regular peanut butter, 10 flavors of that. White chocolate wonderful. Okay, let's click on that one just so we can see. Yes, Janet says better than peanut butter is yummy and from the Shibboleth store. That's right. Okay, so white chocolate wonderful is a 1 on the weight loss meter. Let me go back and look at some of those other peanut butter and companies. Now, this is just curiosity things that I'm doing right now, but this is part of what I do that will help you learn the lifestyle too. You play, you look, you think, you add it to your grocery list. Look right there, natural peanut butter. Okay. So the only peanut butter in the Peanut Butter and Company list that was a -1 is the powdered peanut butter. Okay, so I am going to click on that white chocolate wonderful. All right, it's a category 6 superfood. So there you see the category. You can use up to 2 tablespoons as a category 6 in a combined meal and 1 tablespoon as a snack. I'm going to go ahead and heart that because I do like this. So, but what I'm going to do is add this to my grocery list. So once you're in the full item description, you can just click that button and add it to your grocery list. And then we can come down here and it just again says no hydrogenated oils in your peanut butter. And then, okay, I'm getting distracted now. White chocolate peanut butter mousse pie. I'm sorry, I have to click there. I have to click there. I'm going to go ahead and heart that and add that to my favorites. Okay, we'll come back and look at that in a second. Okay, we got to look at that one. Did anybody else go, ooh, that looks good. All right, so Mighty Muffin. Yeah, Mandy did. Mandy said, yeah, baby, that looks good. Okay, so there's our Mighty Muffin. It's a -3 on the weight loss meter, hence the reason that I ate about 20 of them in my first 20 days while I was figuring this lifestyle out. And then I hearted it. 394 other people have come in here and said, yep, I like that too. And if I wanted to just click from add to the grocery list, I could from right there, but I just want to open it up and let's look at it. So it's the category for this is meal replacement. One Mighty Muffin is your approved portion, and the green button shows you that you could buy it in our store and help support our ministry. If you want to buy it on Amazon, if you go through this link, it will give us a few pennies back, but it's better for us if you buy it in our store. But Amazon, guess what? If you click on there, and you go to Amazon through one of our buttons, you could throw sheets in there. You could throw an iPad in there. You could throw a new mouse in there, whatever you need or want, throw it all in your cart and we'll get a little bit of pennies on the dollar, like 2 to 4 cents on the dollar. Even if you don't put those Mighty Muffins or any food item in there, it's just the fact that you used a link from the Shibboleth website to get to Amazon that helps us, even if you don't buy that product. Okay, and there's just some more details about Mighty Muffin. Did I add it to the list? I'm not sure, but we'll just add it. There we go. It's added to the list, and let's look up cabbage. All right, so there's cabbage. I'm just gonna, we got several different kinds: red cabbage with apple, Lowell red cabbage salad, and Aunt Nellie's sweet and sour red cabbage. So as you can see, these are things that are approved that have cabbage in the name of the item. But I'm just going to click on cabbage and look, it's a -3. 527 people have said they liked cabbage. It's a category 2 fibrous carb. It's also a freebie, and it's a gluten-free product. But let's talk about this as a freebie. If you are eating this with a meal, you do not call it a freebie. That is a category 2 fibrous carb used in a combined meal. But if you are using it in a moment of weakness, then you call it a freebie. All right, so this is a -3 on the weight loss meter. You could do up to 1 cup. In weight loss mode, I would just do half a cup and keep it underneath, my hand right there. And then if there's other recipes, look at all the recipes that have cabbage in it. So lots and lots of recipes with cabbage in it. There are 56 entries that have that. And then look, people have come down here and said where they've bought cabbage. Most everywhere that sells produce will have cabbage. Okay, but if you want to add this to your grocery list, you just simply click that button and you add it to the grocery list. Isn't that fun just to have that ability to pop things into a grocery list? Well, now that we've done that, I want you to do that on your own after this video and then check that box off, okay? Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to hit these next 2 little check off boxes at the same time. So we're going to familiarize ourselves with the recipe library. So we're going to search the recipe for our favorites. This is a database built by our Shibboleth family. As you are exploring, please heart each recipe that you think you might like to try. The reason you heart it is because it'll go into your My Favorites tab. That is very, very important. Hearting the recipe, oh, I just said that, adds it to your favorites tab. Because let me just tell you the kind of posts that we see. I was looking in the recipe library and I just knew I could find that recipe again. And so I didn't heart it, but it's got this and this and this in it. Does anybody know which one that is? We're like, no, we don't. We don't know which one it is. Heart it because it just moves it into your favorites and makes it easier for you to find. Now, if you then find out, oh, I don't like that recipe, unheart it and move it back out of your favorites, okay? But that heart button doesn't mean, oh, yes, this is a favorite. It's just called that to keep it into your My Favorites tab. All right, so we're going to check out the recipe library in just a second. But we're going to do this task here while we are checking out the recipe library. We're going to add recipes to our grocery list. This is so cool. Each recipe required ingredient can be added to the grocery list with the click of a button. Once the recipe has been opened, you click the green Add to Grocery List button, and then boom, everything that is needed for that recipe goes into your grocery list. All right, so we are going to click right here and go into the recipe library. Let's see, Diane had steak and cabbage for supper. Awesome. That's wonderful. Okay, so this page is fun. I really like to describe the way this page is laid out because I feel it's important that you know the way pages are laid out so you can use them to your benefit. Okay, so first of all, you see these really pretty pictures. There's 8 pretty pictures up there of foods. They change every time you come back to this page. Okay, so when you're hovering your mouse over this and it comes up and it says quick paleo English muffins, okay, spicy chipotle turkey burgers, protein pancakes, perfectly peachy smoothie, TikTok feta cheese pasta, spicy dill pickles, egg white bites, stuffed turkey meatloaf. So if you saw anything that looked good or sounded good, you might, there's 2 things. I learned one of these last week. I used to just tell everybody, jot down the name of it. Because when you come back to this page, these pictures are going to change. These are dynamic pictures. They change every time you come back to the page. But what somebody told me to do last week was to right click the item and click open link in new tab, and it will open it up right there for me. And then I could still open up the others too, which is really fun. I was glad to learn that trick, and I don't know why I didn't already know that trick. So anyway, so I clicked that one and that's open. So just to let you know, do not expect those pictures to be the same the next time you come back to this page. I found that out the hard way. I thought, ooh, I'm gonna come back and check that one out next. And I went back and it was like, where'd it go? That's because these are dynamic and they change. Okay, so then we have, this is your My Favorites tab. Remember how I kept saying if you heart things, it'll go into your My Favorites? Well, there they are. And if you want to add a new recipe, you can do that right there. But you would start a conversation with Kim Shibboleth, who is our food guru. By the way, Joni Shibboleth, Kim Shibboleth, Missy Shibboleth, Amy Shibboleth. Shibboleth is not their last name. That is just the name that they use for helping people out on Facebook and all of that. But Kim Shibboleth is not me. I'm not Kim Shibboleth, but I just go by Kim Dahnke. But add new recipe, you would start a conversation with her about a recipe that you're interested in adding through the Facebook group that is called Shibboleth Fixed It. Shibboleth Fixed It. If you're not a member of that group, you can click on that link in lap 1 and ask to be a member of that group, okay? But once she has okayed a recipe, this is where you would come and enter the recipe. Okay, I'm going to go over these filters in just a second, but if you're looking for something specific, you can search it right there in the recipe library. And then, you know how cookbooks are divided by section? These types is basically your sections. There's your appetizer section, breakfast section, condiments section, desserts, and so forth. Okay. If you're on a phone, that's pretty much the way you're seeing it over here on the right-hand side. But if you are on a computer or a tablet, you also have the title of the section and then every item that's listed in that section spelled out for you right there. And then you could just scroll on down and then you would eventually get to breakfast. You scroll on down, you eventually get to whatever the next section is. But if you know, oh, I just want to go to side dishes, you just click on side dishes and you're at side dishes. Okay. So that's how that works. Now, okay, did you see I popped off of that page and I came back? Now we've got chicken fried rice, carb quick sausage gravy, peanut butter and jelly cookies, stuffed peppers with turkey and vegetables, cheesy garlic baked chicken. Oh, okay. I got to open a new tab. Okay. Pam's chili, French toast and Canadian bacon. I made this morning and videoed it so you can see it on my page or wherever else I might have put it. And then this is honey pecan chicken. Ooh, I think I'm going to open that one in a new tab too. I got that tip last week and that made me dangerous. I already have like 5,000 tabs open all the time, but here I am. And you see this button right here called filters. If you click that, I'm going to click it and then I'm going to be not a happy clicker. Remember, we don't just click because nothing is appearing right now. It took a second. So just let it, because that's a lot of data, Hello to those of you who are on Facebook with me and haven't said hello. Feel free to say hello. Let me know that you are here. Okay. So once I clicked filters, this actually gives us a listing of every single recipe in the entire recipe library. And if I scroll on down here, you'll see that there are 1,831 entries there. Oh, and over here on the right-hand side, these are all the newest recipes that have been added. You're going to find you really like Mike's stuff. And I was at a meeting or something the other day, and somebody said, whoever this Brenda is a great chef. So if you look up Brenda's stuff, you can find hers, but Mike's going to be, he's a great chef too. He's the husband of my friend Dawn Lyons. So this is going to be fun. So if you are a recipe person, check the recently added often, because it is constantly being added to. Okay, so we're in the filters. So if you specifically wanted to find recipes that were cooking for 1 to 2 people, cooking for family, crock pot, few ingredients, or no bake, you could click on these different ones, okay? And you could go straight to those types of foods. And some of the recipes fall into multiple filters, okay? But I'm not going to do that right now today. What I'm going to do is also point out that it has a weight loss meter. So this is every recipe in the entire recipe library. I could filter these for weight loss, for which ones are best for weight loss. The more negative the number, the better it is for weight loss. But if you go into the different sections over there, kind of like in that little cookbook, there will also be the weight loss meter. So if you just went to main dish, you could then filter there too. You can filter there too. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll this little ball over here to create a range. This range is a -3 to -1 range, and I do have to hit the set button. Now I'm filtering out any recipe that is 0 or positive. I'm only going to have my negative number recipes right now. Well, that's great. That's fine. That's dandy. Okay. But I want to see these in order. They're not really in order right now. If I click in this box right here, this little cell or field, I can click there and it's going to reorganize, and you're going to see -3 pop in there at the top. Now I get the best for weight loss meals. And then I can scroll through the names and see if anything just seems really that jumps out at me. But what I might consider doing is looking at the count of likes or possibly even an average rating. Now, keep in mind, when something has a lot of likes on it, it probably means it has also been in the Shibboleth system since 2013, and it's got a lot of likes because a lot of people have had it. So don't completely judge every recipe by whether or not it has a lot of likes, because it may be a brand new recipe and absolutely delicious. We've just started trying it, okay? But it is a good gauge because it's been around a long time and gotten things. So this unstuffed cabbage rolls is a wonderful recipe. Let's see. Awesome Deb, she said she had shrimp scampi for the first time, will definitely be in her rotation. Mandy asks a great question. Does +3 mean you'll gain weight? No. So what that means is that it is not necessarily the absolute best for weight loss. Mandy, if you chose to have that +3 meal every single night, then you probably won't see the results that you want if you had it every single night. But you know how we have the blue, yellow, and red column on the combination chart? The blue column is like your lifestyle column. So kind of consider those higher positive numbers to be in that lifestyle type column. Though if you do those like couple of times a week, it will not throw you out of efficient fat burning. That's a good thing. You will not come out of EFB. But if you did them all the time, you might not see the results that you want. But I wouldn't be afraid of trying one and eating it. You know, it'll be fine. You just keep all the other things in line for the day and have a yummy meal. But if you did it breakfast, lunch, and dinner, it, wouldn't get you the results that you're here seeking. You're welcome, Mandy. So let's go ahead and open up unstuffed cabbage rolls because it is so super popular. Look at 1,030 likes there. So let's click that. And this will, if you like it a lot, you can rate it. You can give it a star rating. And it's a -3 on the weight loss meter. And this is where you would simply add it to your grocery list, which we're going to do in just a second. But I want to show you, you could print this. You can just print the recipe, 3-hole punch it, put it in a binder in your kitchen, and you've got that, which is great. I'm going to click my add to grocery list button, and I'm going to add it to my current grocery list. Now I'm going to scroll down. Okay. Prep time, 15 minutes, cook time, 30 minutes. So you've got, okay. I love this recipe library because they don't just list this part. They don't just list 1.5 to 2 pounds of 96% lean ground beef or turkey, and then they end it. They don't end it because, you know, a lot of times one of the reasons we are in, I mean, for me, the spot that I was in, 50 pounds heavier, is because I'm really not that great of a chef or a cook, and I don't really enjoy it all that much unless I just have got the hankering to do it and had time. So a lot of times you're like, I don't know what this product is. Obviously, I know what this lean meat is, but if I'm looking through a recipe and I'm like, I do not know what that is. Well, you just click on it and it'll take you to the item in the food library. You could learn more about what that item is, and then you could see, hopefully most items have a picture, some don't, most do, but you could see what it looks like, so it's easier to find in the grocery store and all of that. And it reminds you, this is your category 1 for this meal. I love layer upon layer of education in our website. And then you've got 1 can of tomato sauce. Now, 5 grams of sugar or less. Really, you're looking for an approved condiment like of this. You would want it to have 2 grams or fat, 2 grams of fat or less, as well as the 5 grams of sugar or less. Garlic and onion and cabbage and the zero drag 100% MCT oil, black ground pepper, sea salt, water, and 2 cans of diced tomatoes, again with 5 grams of sugar or less, and all of that. This would be your energy carb, and you would need a category 2 and a 1 to go with that. So let's go back into our recipe and look. There's our category 2 and there's our category 1. So that's the thing about the recipes. They are already in the proper combination for you. Now, they're in the proper combination for you, but sometimes a recipe will be like for a side item, and it'll tell you down here in the directions or the serving notes if you also need to eat it with a lean protein, and then you could choose whatever lean protein that you wanted with it. Gives you the directions right there, it gives you the serving notes, and it even gives how you would categorize that recipe in your journal where it says what categories is it in. And then look right here. Remember how I said this one must have been in there since 2013? Boom, there it has been. Okay, Emily. So you can still have a perfect day with +3 foods. You can, yeah. Okay, so Emily, everything that you find here in this food library is approved. It's approved. And yes, you would still have a perfect day. If it's not approved, that's what keeps you from having a perfect day when it comes to the foods that you're eating. So yes, Emily, you can still have a perfect day with +3 foods. Yeah. But like I was explaining to Mandy, you know, if you were to do it all the time, you might not get the results that you want. But yeah, it's still a perfect day. If you got your water in, you've journaled your foods, you've eaten in the proper food combination. It doesn't say you had to have eaten a negative number meal. It is the proper food combination from any approved foods. And then if you portion controlled that and you gave yourself hopefully 4 to 6 hours between meals, then you've had a perfect day. You've had a perfect day. The first 4 you have to meet in order to say that you've had a perfect day. The timing part is about optimizing. So you want to give yourself 4 to 6 hours between meals when possible. And then if you absolutely needed something in a moment of weakness, you can use freebies, an extra, or a snack. Freebies are technically unlimited, okay, but I don't like for people to think of them as unlimited. I want you to just use them if you need to, okay, but definitely use them if you need to keep your perfect day. And then you could have up to 1 snack in a day and up to 1 extra in a day. We're going to talk about freebies, extra snacks, and meal replacements and void replacements tomorrow night. So that'll be a really good lesson too. And then look down here, comments. I love to read through the comments because honestly, with me not being such a wonderful and fabulous chef, reading these comments really does help me prepare to make something. So look at all that. You can read through it and it'll just give you lots of ideas. So So definitely, I've added that to our food library, okay? So let's see. I had also clicked on this quick paleo English muffins. I don't know what paleo is, y'all. I do not know. I've never learned anything about paleo, but let's see what it says. It's a 0 on the weight loss meter. Remember, you can print it if you want to. If you want to find this recipe again, I'm gonna look it over and see if I want to heart it or not. I am going to go ahead and add it to my grocery list for the purpose of showing you what a full grocery list looks like in a second. But okay, 1 egg beaten, 1 pinch of sea salt, optional, 1 tablespoon coconut flour, 1 tablespoon of unsweetened coconut milk or almond milk, 6 drops liquid stevia, half a tablespoon ghee butter, 1/8 of a teaspoon baking soda mixed with 1/4 teaspoon apple cider vinegar in separate pinch bowl, and then 1/8 of a teaspoon of I don't know, I don't know what that GF means, but I'm sure that maybe gluten-free. I don't know. I would assume, but that all sounds good to me. That sounds really good to me. So I'm going to leave that in there. So this is a category 4 + 2 + ghee. 4 + 2 + ghee. And this was added in 2016 by Jody Harbin. All right. So that sounds good. I think I want to make that. So I would eat that. So I'm going to go ahead and heart that. Next, I'm going to look at that cheesy garlic baked chicken. This sounds great. Look, this is a -2 on the weight loss meter. Remember, you can print it. 369 other people have said they liked it. So let's have a look. 4 chicken breasts or more if you've got a bigger family. 4 tablespoons of Swerve brown sugar blend. That sounds good. 4 garlic cloves minced. 1 tablespoon of zero drag 100% MCT oil, salt, and fat-free cheese. Okay. That sounds really good. Now, look, this is a category 1. So, yes, you can eat category 1 by itself. Look at this. It says, very good. We loved it. Fixed this dinner for my teenagers. They loved it. Great recipe. Kids loved it. So, that's awesome to see that. But this is a category 1. So, you could add a 2 to this, and you could add a 3 to this if you wanted to, okay? You could add a 2 to this and a 6 to this. Anything in the combination chart that calls for a category 1, you can do this for the 1, and then you can still add the other things to make the meal. So, okay, thank you, Stephanie. I figured that GF meant gluten-free, but I'm sitting here going, vanilla is not gluten-free, or is there some other part of what makes up vanilla extract would have gluten in it? That just seems odd to me. But like I said, I don't know all that. But maybe if you know, Stephanie, you can tell me. Okay, that sounds good. I'm going to go ahead and add that to the grocery list if I haven't. And then I'm going to heart it because I think I might like to make that. Okay, so now let's have a look at this honey pecan chicken. Again, you can print it. There's a -2 on the weight loss meter. Let's go ahead and add it to the grocery list. Let's see. So 2 tablespoons of Bragg's amino acid, 6 chicken breasts, 2 tablespoons of Walden Farms caramel sauce. Sounds good already. 2 tablespoons of Walden Farms pancake syrup. Oh man. 2 cups of textured vegetable protein. Now that's a soy product. If you don't like soy, we have to find something else for that. 1/3 of a cup of finely chopped pecans. Love pecans. Okay, this thing, I want to make this. This is a category 1 and 2 and a condiment. So let's go back up here and see what the 2 is. The 2 is actually your textured vegetable protein. It's a lean protein and a 2. The pecans are a 6, but you're probably just using like a condiment amount of those. And then of course you've got the chicken as your category 1. So the textured vegetable protein is coming from that's your category 2. So this is a 1 + 2 + C. You could add additional, the pecans are counted as your condiment in this recipe. You could add additional like green beans or broccoli or something like that next to this. That'd be totally fine. You could do that. You could even put a 3 with it because you've got the 2. So that sounds good. I'm going to heart that too. But I really want to get back to this one. White chocolate peanut butter mousse pie. You know, I get so excited about these things, but I never make them. Okay, when it's synthetic vanilla, it has the possibility of having gluten. Just buy pure extract and watch the label to see if it's bottled in a plant that handles wheat. Awesome, Stephanie. Thank you for that info. Thank you. helping me learn. So white chocolate peanut butter mousse pie. So a cup of Kroger Carb Master milk. Now, if you do not live near a Kroger, you could use the fat-free Fairlife milk because that's available all over the country. A cup of the white chocolate peanut butter, 1 pack of Bran Crisp bread. We sell that in our little store. 1 tub of fat-free Cool Whip, 2 boxes of vanilla fat-free instant pudding, and a 3/4 of a cup of Walden Farms pancake syrup. That sounds great. So let's read the serving notes. Okay. Recipe makes 12. So if you've got a family, this would be a really great thing for them. But you can have 1 serving as a snack. Now, this is what I say about this type of stuff. I would not want this, if it's just me eating it, I would not want this on my counter for 12 days and me have to eat this as a snack every day. I don't know if you could freeze it and then pull it out and do that. But this is the type thing I would make on a holiday if I wanted to have a perfect day, or I'm not having a perfect day with my food, but I don't necessarily want all the desserts to be so sugary. You could do something like this. Even if you ate 2, it's a holiday, you aren't as bringing nearly as a sugar impact on your body. So just take those in kind of things into account. So I hearted that. Let's add this to the grocery list. Okay. Is there anything that y'all want me to search for? Anything y'all want me to search for in here? Oh, Stephanie, we're going to have to change that habit. Stephanie said, it will not last 20 minutes on my counter. Pan would be licked clean. Making me laugh. But that is one of the habits that we have to change, isn't it? That's why you're here, so that we can have some standards to live by and be able to live intentionally and make good choices. Okay. Anybody want me to look up something specific? Or we can have a look at apple toaster strudel and yogurt, a winerita, pumpkin cranberry pecan muffins, berries, yogurt, and hemp flakes parfait. This is really popular with people who want to get some fruit in. This is. We got teriyaki chicken and brown rice, meatloaf, spaghetti squash, lasagna, broccolini, chicken chimichangas. Got all kinds of options there. Otherwise, I'm going to scroll down here. We're going to keep playing for a minute, see if we can find some neat things. We're going to go to main dish. Main dish. Okay, let's do the number 1, Carb Quick chicken and dumplings. Carb Quick is one of those things that you do want to just go ahead and get and have in your pantry if it's something that if you like to make recipes. So Carb Quick chicken and dumplings. I just was talking with somebody about this today. They were saying it was delicious. A pound of cooked shredded chicken breast, 2 to 4 tablespoons of ghee butter or MCT oil, poultry seasoning or salt and pepper and garlic to season chicken, 1 cup of Carb Quick, 2 cups of chicken broth. Oh, you need some water, 1 can of fat-free or reduced fat cream of chicken, and then ground pepper to taste. Then there's your directions and your description and your serving notes. So your serving notes, 1 to 1.5 cups. This would be a category 1 + 2 plus condiment. You may have up to 1 cup with a category 2 vegetable or a side salad, or 1.5 cups alone. So it just kind of depends on how much you want of this particular item. And so let's just add that to the grocery list. And look, 467 other people said they liked it. I'm going to go ahead and heart that one too. Get it in there. Okay, so Stephanie says something with pumpkin. So I'm going to type in pumpkin. And it's going to generate a list. This is going to have everything listed that has pumpkin in the name. After that, I'm going to show y'all another way to find recipes. So we've got how many? I always like to come down to the bottom and see how many I'm dealing with. Okay, I got 41 entries. Okay, 41 entries. As I'm scanning all of this, I'm just going to put these in order of weight loss meter. I like to see things in order. Okay, so these aren't really and it gave me the opposite order. I want -3 at the top if they have a -3. Oh, I see. There was no -3s, probably because they're all kind of desserty. So we're going to be working with -1s. If something doesn't have a weight loss meter on there, it just means that we either forgot to put it in there or it was before we were doing the weight loss meter. And if you really want to make that thing and you really want to know the weight loss meter, all you got to do is ask Kim Shibboleth in the Shibboleth Fixed It group, and you can do that. Okay, Chef Meg's pumpkin dip. All right, I am interested in that. So let's have a look at that. So 1 cup of low-fat or fat-free cottage cheese, 8 ounces of fat-free cream cheese, and then a 1/2 cup of pumpkin puree, not pumpkin pie filling, and then a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. I think Kristen Papa George made this for our most recent mix and mingle at the Shibby Shop. Any of y'all are near the Shibby Shop? We do some fun things on the last Friday night of the month, and we had a little food tasting recently. So that sounds good. There's the Chef Meg's pumpkin dip. But what I really want to show you right now is there was something with pumpkin in it. It's a pumpkin enchilada. And Pinky Quick made these for our event. And recently, Patty Bass made them as well. And she really liked them. There it is. The pumpkin spice cheesecake enchiladas with caramel drizzle. Okay, so we click there. Now, I did eat these from Pinky, and they were delicious, absolutely delicious. I'm going to add that to my grocery list. But I did make a little discovery that I wanted to see if would work out. I really liked the inside of it, but I didn't really feel like I needed the tortilla. So I thought, wonder if I could make that inside of this be a dip or not. And I haven't checked that out yet. So let's have a look. Okay, so fat-free Cool Whip, pumpkin, that's our category 2. The fat-free cream cheese is category 1. And I'm just going to pretend I'm leaving off the tortillas just for my purpose of looking this up. Xylitol, pumpkin pie spice. Okay, I think I could do that because this is a category 2 and this is a category 1. A 1 and a 2 is perfect. But what I wanted to do, look, there I said Pinky and Kat made this for the Shibby Shop Mix and Mingle. Delicious. I want to see, we're getting really creative tonight. I'm going over here. I'm going to click on the void replacements. Mandy, go ahead and like Kennesaw Shibboleth on Facebook. That's where everything will be posted. Sometimes I forget to put the mix and mingle in the events, but otherwise, Mandy, right here where it says upcoming events, all of the, when you click here, and then you can filter for an in-person class and hit filter. This is all at the Kennesaw Shibby Shop, unless we have a special event out at a church or somewhere that people have booked. But you could see that. But Mandy, I am bad about forgetting to put that mix and mingle in here. So if you'll go ahead and like the Kennesaw Shibboleth group on Facebook, you'll definitely find out about that. But it's the last Friday of every month from 5 to 7 p.m. Except for in Thanksgiving month, it's going to be moved up a week because of Thanksgiving. And we won't have one in December because too much is going on at the end of the year. Okay, so let me go back to that void replacement. But what I was looking for is I want Teddy Grahams. I want to dip some sort of Teddy Graham type thing in that dip. So we got Kodiak cakes, protein packed bear bites. Let's see what it is. What category? You could have 1 ounce as a +1 weight loss meter category 3. Oh, this means I can dip these little bear bites in that pumpkin dip. Amen. Guess what I'm doing right now? I am going to add that to my grocery list, and I think I might make that. Okay, awesome. Where is he a high school football coach, Mandy? Do y'all see how much fun I have doing this lifestyle? I really do just have so much fun doing this lifestyle. Okay, so now y'all see how to add things. Okay, Paulding County High School. Awesome, awesome. Well, we can't wait to have you over here. We're going to click this because we've familiarized ourselves with the recipe library, and we're going to click this because we've added recipes to the grocery list. The last task on here is to check out your created grocery lists. Each grocery list can be customized before going shopping. When a full recipe is added to the grocery list, it adds every item needed. You may already have some staples at home. When you look at your grocery list, you can edit items that you do not need to purchase at the store. How many like a clean grocery list? I know I do. Notice how each item in the grocery list is also listed by category. Isn't that amazing? Again, it's just layer after layer of education. They don't leave anything to chance. Okay, let's see. Emily Cole and I are coming to the Shibby shop on Saturday to go shopping after our boys' games. I'll be there until 2. And I have an online accountability meeting from 12 to 1, but I'll be available. I teach class at 10. I'm available to talk from 11 to 12, and then I'm available from 1 to 2. So yes, I'll be there. Awesome, Stephanie. That's wonderful. Yay, Emily. I can't wait to meet y'all. That's great. Okay, so right now I've just clicked and I'm in my grocery list area. I'm going to click on Ingalls. Here's my grocery list. There's all the things, and it put it into category. So much fun. So now I can just kind of scan through here. And I know that most of the time I need all the lean proteins, fibers, carbs, and such. But if I kind of come over here to condiments, you know, I might need to pick up those Walden Farms products because they're a little specialty item. So we sell the Walden Farms products. We sell the ones that are calorie free. See, Walden Farms, don't just get excited when you see Walden Farms, because sometimes they have fat free and sometimes they have sugar free, but it's not always calorie free. The ones we sell are calorie free. Okay, fat free, Cool Whip. Okay, baking soda. Let's just say I already have baking soda at home. I can hit that little minus button and then remove it from my list. And that's just going to make a cleaner list for me. Okay. I always leave water on my list because I always need to buy water at the store. Okay, so let's just say I already have cinnamon at home. You can remove that. Okay. And let's see how it has salt, black pepper, and sea salt. You might be thinking, why does it say those different types of things? It all depends on whoever the person was, because you know that little green button that said add recipe? Members are doing that. Not necessarily Kim Shibboleth. Members are entering it, and then she's looking at it to make sure it looks right. But she doesn't go in and edit what they did. So if they picked salt, then they picked salt. But if they picked sea salt, then they picked sea salt, because you're picking from the approved food items to add it to the grocery list. So right now, you know, if I really care that there's sea salt versus regular salt, then I could leave them both on there. But if not, I could remove one. But I'm just going to leave them there for today. But you come over here, see how it says ghee clarified butter, and then it says ghee butter. It's really the same thing. It's just, it got added because people ask us to add things all the time, and we just look at products, and if they work, we add them. But it's the same thing. So let's just say that I don't need to have 2 of them on my list. I'm going to remove it. But let's say that we're right here and we said, oops, I really, really, really wanted to buy some Halo Top ice cream. Stephanie, does swapping Splenda for stevia affect the weight loss meter? Probably not. Probably not. But I'm honestly not for sure. So that's a Kim Shibboleth question. But the only reason I'm suggesting that you go ask her is just to verify. But I don't think it would. Okay, so let's say I want to buy some Halo Top ice cream. I can click on Add Grocery List. I can come right here, search for my Halo Top ice cream. And then I am going to click. I can just go click right there, because I know I want Halo Top. I don't need to go into my list. I don't need to go into the full opening list. Oh, one other thing I wanted to show y'all about finding recipes. Can somebody give me a Give me an item that you use a lot to make meals with, kind of like chicken, 96% lean ground beef, or some random item. Whoever gives me the first one, I'm going to show you something. Whether you're on Facebook or, let's see. Okay. Hey, Vivian. Yes, you can hang out and absorb knowledge. I love it. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. Emily's lost 15 pounds and 20, and you've lost 15. Awesome. Way to go. Keep at it, girl. Just keep at it. Okay, garlic. So let's say you've got some garlic at home. It lasts a long time, but maybe you think, oh, it's about to go bad. How can I use this garlic up? You click on garlic. You search for garlic. And then it came up with 67 results, but that's because the word garlic is in the names of these items. But I'm just going to go down here to regular garlic. And it's a freebie because it's, used as a seasoning and stuff in meals. Come down here, there's all the recipes that include garlic. So there's 351 recipes that include garlic. And then at this point, you could filter these recipes and look for the likes. So that's another way to find things. So let's say at home right now, I have in my drawer, my meat drawer, I have some Canadian bacon. I'm just going to put, Canadian bacon. And we'll see and I like this Jones Canadian bacon. And I bet I was too specific to find too many recipes. Okay. Oh, the Shibboleth McGriddle is there. Let's click that. You take 1 cup of egg whites, a Thomas Light 100-calorie English muffin, a 1/4 cup of sugar-free maple syrup, and 1 slice of Canadian bacon, and you have a mock, like McDonald's McGriddle. We call it the Shibboleth McGriddle right there. You know what? I'm going to heart that. I'm going to add that to my grocery list. So that's another way. So like earlier when we were looking at pumpkin stuff, if I just find the item in the food library, oh, dang it, I was in the recipe library. But anyway, if I find the item in the food library, I can also search for what recipes are connected to that food. You can find them a couple of ways. Okay, so now we have checked out our created grocery lists. But what I really want to do now is show you how I do this on my phone, because you can print your grocery list. There's a print button, but I have a shortcut on my phone to all Shibboleth things that I go to a lot on the website. And I'm going to click on this button here, and it's going to bring up the grocery list. This is the page that we're currently looking at. I'm going to click on Ingalls, and it's going to bring up my Ingalls list. See, that's what we're currently looking at right there. Well, let's say that I go ahead and I put textured vegetable protein in my buggy at the store. I hit that minus button, and it removes it from my list. So instead of taking a pen and paper and checking things off in the grocery store, it can all be on my phone, and I can just remove it as I go along. So I kind of like that feature. But if you are a person who uses the same grocery list kind of over and over, you see it has this update button right there. You might not want to remove it like that. So that's a good way to look at it. Does anybody have any questions about anything we've gone over tonight? Isn't this fun? I love this. I love this lifestyle. I really love these resources. These resources are absolutely amazing. Amazing. Mandy thinks it's fun. Mandy does. Got her hand raised. I got Lee and Janet, friends from Louisiana, on here tonight. Amanda Brown, are you Brian Brown's wife? Thank you, Vicki and Susan and Stephanie and Patty and Melissa and Lisa and Deb for being here. Thank y'all for being here tonight. Really appreciate it. Let's see. Hey, Susan. Can't wait to get started. Awesome. Wonderful. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you, Janet. I appreciate y'all very much. Yes. You're welcome, Patty. I hope y'all join me for the morning Shibby show in the morning around 7:30-ish. And then tomorrow night, we're going to be going over void replacements, freebies, extras, snacks, and meal replacements. It's really just about familiarizing yourself with those things that can keep you on a perfect day if you have that moment where you're wanting to give up. Awesome. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow night. Hey, Amanda, tell Brian I said hello. I'm glad you're on here. That's awesome. Awesome. Cool. Okay. Well, I will see y'all later. You're welcome, Lee. Bye, everybody.